Oh my gosh. I think the stream is streaming. Let's see.
I don't see. I don't see.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
wait.
It's totally streaming right now, dude. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna get my spot.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we go. Everyone get ready.
I'm ready.
Ooh, I forgot to turn it on. Okay. Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for tonight's Master of Ceremonies, the Honorable Stud Muffin the Pimp.
Yeah! What's up, everybody? That's me, Step Up in the Pimp. And I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Step Up in the Pimp's React Party, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be watching some videos. We're going to be being super cool and awesome and amazing. It's me, Step Up in the Pimp. We're hanging out on the couch. We got Oddball on the end, the Pickle Lady. We got Jim Stout hanging out next to us over here. And then we got our boy Josh. Your boy Josh, right over here. And we are watching these crazy videos. You guys get ready, hit the like button, get comfortable, and enjoy. I love you. I'm Stud Muffin. Here we go. Wow, I didn't pay attention to the timer. It went a little longer than I was expecting. All right, here we go.
How strong is the roaring wind at this park in Denver? Strong enough to lift those butterflies and send them flying into the air. Here's the worst part.
Gross.
One of them sprays something all over the place. Those porta potties weigh up to 300 pounds.
Really?
The wind also played havoc with a tent. Parents covered their kids with their bodies to protect them from flying debris.
That's crazy.
Flying baby.
It's disgusting.
They say those porta potties weigh 300 pounds. I would have been lifted off the fucking ground then. If I was there.
They weigh what? How much?
I'm like,
300.
They said the porta potties were 300 pounds.
300? That's right. Oh, Zen's here. Zen.
This is
What
30
up, partner?
East Drive,
You made
located
it.
in West Yorkshire.
We got our boy Zen in
This
the
is
building.
reported as the most haunted place in the UK.
Good to see you, homie.
And one of in the
Glad you
entire
made it.
world. With
Baby
multiple
drama.
families just
Uh-oh.
rapidly leaving the property. Even one family
We're
just
gonna get to the bottom
completely
of that.
abandoning
Everything
their home
okay?
back in the 1970s. If you're easily
No,
scared
she's fine.
just
She
keep
had
on
a, like,
scrolling right
first
now, I'm not going to
change
warn you
of
again.
work.
The poltergeist
Yeah,
that is known to live here is
it's her
known as
job,
the
but, like,
Black
start of the new
Monk.
year
And that's
kind of
because
thing.
back in Tudor
Oh,
times,
yeah.
a monk used to live
She was
in
supposed to
the
come
area,
home
or
like
at
a
least
bit
in the area,
earlier, and then
alive,
she came
so
home a
they
bit
didn't
later,
bad,
and then I had
but
already
these
eaten, and
days
then she was
in
mad
this
that I
house
already
now
eaten.
does.
Oh no.
People have reported
Oh.
lights flickering, objects
Uh,
randomly
well,
moving, writing
gotta
on the
eat.
walls and floor. And when you dig even more into the history of this place, these sounds
It's one of those
become
things where it's like
scarier.
she's always like, oh, you like, I'm like, oh, I waited for you, and she's like, why do you wait for me? You should just eat. You
Now,
should
the house
just
is
eat.
actually
And then
owned today
when
by
I
a
just
guy named
eat, she
Bill
gets mad that I
Bunbury.
didn't.
Yeah,
Now,
you didn't wait
horror
for
films
me.
used to convince by every house in
That's
the place
hilarious.
hide it, let alone
Yeah,
spend the
it's
night.
exactly
Now, you
one of
can
those
actually go to
situations.
this place. I'm
But
not
it's
sure
fine.
how, but people have
It's totally
stayed here and
fine.
done
She's just,
overnight things in here.
Love will conquer all eating
It's
issues.
time. So you guys into your reacts?
Oh yeah, we
Just
just started. That was the first one. On to the next one, baby.
Sorry for
Oh, you're fine, dude.
This
This is a
hiker
very
in Alaska
laid-back
discovered a strange
stream.
noise when she removed her hat.
Oh yeah, listen to that.
That's crazy.
Static electricity.
Think so?
I don't like how it feels. I'm putting my hat back.
Huh.
Yeah, if you're feeling static electricity like that, like, and it's making noise, you should leave. You're about to get struck by lightning.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Don't
Oh! Oh, God. It's a big spider. And he goes in the car.
That's burning.
Terrifying.
That part, I'll just tell the spider, just keep the car. Take over the payments.
Tesla drivers across the country are experiencing a strange phenomenon where something scary appears on their car's monitor.
Why is my Tesla showing me that someone is following me on the way home?
Someone more.
It moves when I change lanes, and it has been following us for about 10 minutes. I have been having my Tesla for over a year, and I have never experienced something like this.
Many Tesla drivers have actually experienced this while driving past cemeteries.
As I was leaving the cemetery, I noticed that something's following the car, but there's no one behind me.
Oh, that guy just got hit.
He's still following me as I'm going 50 miles an hour.
That's hilarious. It's like a guy just like calmly walking at 50 miles an hour. I'm just walking at 50 miles an hour over here, don't mind me. It's a thing I do.
Very casually.
Yeah, I'm not filming it, I'm running.
Yeah, what are you looking at your phone for? Like,
I thought they were trapped.
I hope not.
I mean,
Yeah. I'm from Boston.
We should talk about that thing with Princess Kate.
Yeah, so have you seen Rosemary's Baby?
I have seen that movie.
Basically,
Yo, this
there's
is
a
crazy.
chick, she gets pregnant, they switch her doctor, the doctor ends up being someone who's grooming her, he's part of a satanic cult, and he takes her child, says it's been stillborn, but is actually taking the child and is now using it as part of this satanic ritual cult. So that is the boiled down thesis of the film. When Princess Kate presented her child to the world, she wore the exact same dress.
As the mother. It's like the exact same dress.
The exact same dress.
Well, spooky. Yeah, I remember this one.
Why is she looking like
she's filming herself.
This is a haunted slide.
I think it's just spooky, like it's a little weird.
Ooh, all slices like that.
She looks like she's more gonna get stuck. That water's pushing her down so slowly.
Yeah, it's just not moving. He's just freaking out. I think she's like claustrophobic probably, and it's like,
Yeah. I'm pretty claustrophobic, so yeah, that would make me freak out.
I can understand that.
Now she's freaking out.
Yeah, she's panicking.
I would be afraid somebody would come flying.
Yeah, no joke.
They have someone standing at the top to watch when people slide at the bottom, but as I'm saying, the water's barely pushing her at all.
I get the feeling that it's a very well manned slide.
Probably.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a crazy looking lobster. You got a little face on him. You got a Fabio face. Yeah, it's crazy. He's got lips.
He came from Bikini Bottom.
It was Larry.
It was who?
Next to the nuclear plant.
Larry the lobster.
You're Larry the Lobster. How dare you?
On May 27, 2020, Nathan Campbell was dropped off in one of the most remote parts of the world, Denali National Park. He was there to embark on a mission to find the Black Pyramid. The Black Pyramid is a legendary underground structure rumored to be massive and ancient, at least thousands, if not millions, of years old. But he unfortunately went missing, never to be seen again. The Black Pyramid is part of a broader set of theories about secret military installations in Alaska. like HAARP. The pyramid allegedly disrupts electromagnetic fields and is strategically positioned for global military advantage. Reports of its existence gain attention from an anonymous naval captain. The retired captain called into Coast to Coast and stated that during the 80s, he worked on a top-secret radar installation in Alaska. He noticed a mysterious, highly powerful electromagnetic source disrupting his base's aircraft and communication for years. Suspicions of this pyramid were validated when, in 1992, scientists studying shockwaves from a Chinese underground nuclear test recorded a grainy pyramid-shaped spot of interference 700 feet below the surface of interior Alaska. No one knows
a pyramid in the snow somewhere, but I don't know if it's Alaska.
During the search, they found some of his gear, but no sign of
We gotta find that guy. We can do it.
Yeah, he's just playing hooky. He's just sick of things for a little bit. I need a break. I'm tired of this research. I'm
you
going
guys remember taking 2 soup
bring
cans and a
TGI
string
Fridays.
and making a telephone with your friend? I've made the same kind of thing with solo cups, some metal foil, and a speaker cone spring. But when I put this thing up against my beehive, have y'all ever heard of anything like this before?
That is awesome. It's a little cup with a spring in it, so it amplifies any it puts it up to a beehive and it's like.
He's decoding the wing flaps.
Yeah.
The famous dystopian future books like 1984, a lot of them predicted that the government would force things into your house, like a television, that there would be loudspeakers installed so that you would have to hear the ramblings of the fascists that run the place, that this media would be given to you and you would be forced to consume it, and that would be your only media. But the disturbing part is they actually made us buy it. They tricked us into buying TVs that would show us ads and propaganda that we didn't want to see. So 24/7 they can be pumping this consumerism into us. They tricked us into buying smart thermostats that they said would make our lives easier because we could control them remotely. But the truth is they wanted to control them remotely. They made us buy something that took away the control to our own environment. They don't have to have a huge tracking system. Our phones do it for them. Not to mention we gave them our fingerprints, our facial scans and biometrics, iris scans, and they didn't even need a warrant for any of this. We just gave it to them. But we had to buy the method of our own oppression. They tricked us into paying for DNA testing. And they don't have to control what we talk about. They just read our conversations and our emails. And don't think that your phone isn't picking up on keywords too. And who knows who's listening when it does hear certain keywords. And now in the next part of the dystopian nightmare where they make us buy the tools of our own oppression, in the EU they just passed the GSR 2024. Now you have to have cameras installed inside your car that scan your face. They say it's to help with driver distractedness and drowsiness, but let's be honest, there's no information of ours that they collect that they aren't using for nefarious purposes in some way or another, or selling.
Resist! Resist the oppression! Reject these bastards! React party.
So this park called the Oaks in Portland just had a massive incident today. You see, this ride got stuck and locked in probably the worst position possible for the people riding it. And they were stuck upside down like this, completely helpless for at least half an hour. Now this incident was so bad that the entire park had to be shut down, and many paramedics and firefighters had to show up to the scene to assist the people that were upside down. Now eventually the ride did end up starting back, but sadly for the people on it, they were swung back and forth a couple of times before getting off. And since they had just been hanging upside down for at least half an hour, I don't think that was good for their body.
I can't. I hate roller coasters.
I'm kind of over them. Like, you know, I liked it when I was a kid, but now...
First of all, had to remove a pre-existing structure, and it was well known in the archaeological community that beneath that building there was likely to be some kind of archaeological material. How much, we didn't know until that building was removed. It very quickly became clear that the depth and the horizontal extent and the significance of the archaeological site there was more. To put that in context, This site
this is
older than the
crazy.
pyramids in Egypt. The site is older, or as old, as some of the very first cities ever built in Mesopotamia. And yet, very little is...
In friggin' Miami, are you kidding me?
Just cuss off like that?
Yeah, I do that, you know. I can't let you guys get the full truth. Just a taste. Just a taste.
Damn it, Sir Muffin.
Fans want to know.
That's right, Shane.
Oh, yes.
Like it says, we have heard some really creepy sounds. Yeah, it's terrifying. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man.
Oh, man. Yeah, if I was a kid now, I would totally be doing that.
Chateau de Amlois, basically the Mothers of Darkness castle, built in 1849, deep in the forest in Belgium. But the rumors around this castle are that it is one of the meeting places for the Illuminati. And it's believed that there is a sect of witches refer to themselves as the Mothers of Darkness who live on the castle premise, and they perform the rituals. And it's believed that these witches come from a very old satanic families. And supposedly these witches, they take girls and they brainwash them and make them become witches. But what's crazy is that this couple went to go look at the castle, and there was this gate that was open, and they both went in, and there was a door that was open. The girl walked in, door shut. And then he went up and was hitting the door and stuff and like, hey, let her out and stuff. And basically they called the cops on him. He got arrested. And he's like, my girlfriend is in there. Yeah. Never seen her since.
Just gone?
Gone. And they can't do anything about it.
Likely story, pal. That sounds like one of those my friend knows a guy stories.
Yeah.
Right.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, trust me, bro stories, yeah. Trust me, bro.
If you've ever wanted proof that we're living in the future, look no further than this article on Reuters, which states the first law protecting consumers' brainwaves has been signed by the Colorado governor. And you're going to say, wait, what? Protecting consumers' brainwaves? Are we talking about, literal tinfoil hats here to keep the government out? No, rather what we're talking about is data harvesting. As consumer products increasingly are able to harvest neurological data either
like
through your eyes,
earbuds?
through your biometrics and smartwatches, by things you put on your head, a headset, or just some kind of interesting brain retraining things that you do at home, Elon Musk, Neuralink, etc. The governor of Colorado has decided that it's important to protect the privacy of citizens of his state.
Have you seen the World of Worlds thing on Amazon? It's like
I've been hearing about it, dude. I've seen clips. It's like Ice Cube doing the worst movie he's ever done in his life. Like it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's remarkably bad.
Let's just say data harvesting is a major part of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still allowing the new technologies to develop. So they're not banning the technologies, rather they're putting restrictions on how they are used. And you would say, okay, what about medical technology, like a CT scan or something like that, because that harvests a ton of neurological data? Well, that's already covered by American medical privacy law, HIPAA, and things like that. So that's kind of already been taken care of. But in the consumer products section with the patches, there's some goofy things. I've seen people put like patches on their head to try to understand how they work, but the company just harvests data from that, which is frightening. Imagining a marketer just salivating over being able to buy 1 million brains and know exactly what makes them tick. That's not a healthy thing for the future, and I'm glad that Colorado is doing something about it.
Oh man, dude. I don't know. Advertising is it's so dark. It's truly the dark arts.
Yeah, it is.
Marketing is the devil.
It is, man. It's getting crazy.
Welcome to the video. My name is Jazzdog and I'm a tunnel hunter from Australia. Over the last 6 months we have been doing extensive research underground. under the city of Sydney, mapping out all the
Automatically
tunnels.
feeling
This one in
claustrophobic.
particular was
As we're
unforgettable.
watching this.
We thought that we could go as deep as we could go, working our way through Wynyard Station tunnels, down to lower levels. All these well-known tunnels that had been discovered previously. We thought there was not much left to discover, but how wrong we really were. The tunnel network underneath Sydney is incredibly intense and incredibly vast. One of the deepest tunnel networks in the world that we know of. Also, the tunnel's infrastructure beneath the city is incredible, as you can see here. This had just put another layer on tunnels we had yet to discover. Being extensively versed on the Sydney tunnel network, we had thought we had seen everything. But the thing about tunnel hunting is when you think you've seen it all, you are always yet to see more. At this particular point, we are somewhere beneath George Street, Sydney. On top of us here would be Town Hall. A question that always springs to mind when we are exploring these tunnels is who built these things? Yes, we know of the construction workers that built top levels and things like that, but who built down here? This is very deep underground. What is the purpose? This is what I've devoted my life to find out, the purpose of these tunnels, and each day we get even closer and closer to the answers. These tunnels are not on maps, blueprints, or any documentation that we could discover at all. These tunnels are totally off the record. Someone did not want these tunnels to be discovered.
Like, every city, I'm finding now, like, any city you look at has a total underground underneath it. It's like almost every major city has this whole... I want to get into them, man. I want to go explore.
It's a literal...
There's one downtown Houston.
Yeah,
She just
yeah.
bit into
Like Urban Explorer, yeah.
that they battered.
They do it in Houston?
Yeah, underneath, like, kind of by the Galleria area, I believe there's, like underground tunnels. It used to be an underground mall, and then now it's just, like, some shops on there, but yeah.
Dude, it looked like, I think it was a piece of wood. Like, with the blue paint on the end of it.
The Canadian government is once again loudly announcing just how out of touch it is with the world of agriculture, as they are looking to end a policy called farmers' privilege, which allows farmers to save their seeds. So in a lot of places around the world, like the United States and the European Union, there are extremely restrictive laws around the patenting of seeds, and major agronomics companies fiercely protect their genetics. Like, there are many examples of people facing legal consequences for sharing seeds, saving seeds, and more. Now, in Canada, we have something called farmers' privilege, where farmers are allowed to save and use their own seed. Now the government is looking at potentially getting rid of that. Now, there are some subtleties here, but it focuses primarily on hybrid seeds. And the reason why is very simple. Quote, these companies want to have access to plant breeding because it's very lucrative. People need food. They have no choice. And so if you can make food more expensive and corner the market on something like seed, you will. So the Canadian government is looking at amendments to the current rules. So they want to force farmers to pay seed companies royalties for decades after the original purchases of seeds from protected varieties of plants. So if you buy the plant and you keep growing the plant, you could be paying the royalties over 20 years. So if you buy one set of seed and keep reusing those seeds, you keep paying the royalties, even though you only bought the seeds once.
You don't own nature.
So this would specifically apply to horticultural crops like vegetables, fruit trees, and ornamental plants.
That's so twisted, man. I just... I don't like it. Like, really, like, taking advantage of, like, an essential, like, food and using that as leverage.
In 2001,
against people
CIA documents were declassified that finally told us about Operation Acoustic Kitty. In the 1960s, the CIA decided that cats should be used as spies. Yes, actually. The idea was that cats could easily go unnoticed in important conversations amongst, say, Soviet leaders, so why not have them record audio? So, the CIA created the Acoustic Kitty. A surgeon implanted a microphone inside of the cat's ear canal and a tiny radio transmitter at the base of its skull. They also managed to conceal an antenna in the cat's fur. This took them 5 years and $20 million. However, cats are known for doing their own thing, and this one was easily distracted. So after lots of training, they took the cat for an official test to make sure that it would do what it needed to do. Go to a park and eavesdrop on two men sitting on a bench and record their conversation. The cat was released, took a few steps, and was immediately hit by a taxi. And It was their only acoustic kitty.
Wow.
5 years and $20 million. So the CIA concluded that while cats could be trained to go shorter distances, it was impractical for their longer missions, and they promptly abandoned the project after it was deemed a total failure.
There you go, CIA. Way to waste a bunch of money. Thank you.
I mean, with that story, they implanted the wire. They didn't put in the fur, so she PG'd that shit.
What? I don't know what that means.
Surgery.
But your phone's also a snitch. All of you are going to feel far more sane when I explain to you how Bluetooth technology is actually interfering with your daily life. How many of you have gone to Target and maybe stared at the 70-inch TV for a minute too long, and then you go home later that day, you pop on the grams, and suddenly there it is, 70-inch TV. You're like, it's meant to be, right? Like, how did they know to give me that targeted advertisement, right? Well, the truth is that in Target, there are these little Bluetooth low energy beacons, and they are listening and they are receiving. And so your Bluetooth has a unique identifier. Later, Target's going to go through data brokers and figure out who that is, and that's how they're going to figure out how to target you later.
Shane, our old buddy Gigi was telling me about this
so
months
either
ago.
if it's Android or iPhone, it is getting this information and it is transmitting the raw information about everything your phone could hear during a given.
Gigi's Discord makes me so paranoid and scared and terrified.
I didn't even know he had a Discord. What?
Oh, it's insane. Dude, he's
dude,
so
I
deep
gotta
into all this
get in
shit.
there. I love Gigi. Is he still around, man? Like, I haven't talked to him in forever.
Did you know that Disney only answers to the royal family? What? Wait, is it Disney in Florida? Yes, Disney is in Florida, but it only answers to the royal family. Back in 2020, Rob DeSantis was actually trying to get more control over Disney World because Disney World has their own government. And I can confirm this because I've been there 3 times. The regular police are not the same there. And Rob DeSantis was like, yo, you know, this one company shouldn't have self-governance over a very big portion of land in Florida. So Rob DeSantis tried to appoint new people to take care of the whole Disney situation, and then Disney enact a very rare law known as the King Charles Clause. Right, so what does that entail? So apparently King Charles helped Disney at some point and has given them authority to run their section of land until 20 years after the last descendant of King Charles III dies. So legally, Disney does not have to answer, not even to the United States government. They only answer to the royal crown, which is all the way in the UK.
That's crazy. And there is, I mean, like, you know, I'm not gonna trust just that guy saying that, but like he's talking about something that that is true, and it's crazy.
You guys, I don't know what's happening at this point. I'm in my room at the hospital, and they don't have enough staff here, so they said, hey, just so you know, there's a thing on the wall, and it's gonna be your virtual nurse. That thing right there. And she just came on, and
She said, hello,
she
Dave.
was on the TV. Like, our TV stopped. We were watching a barbecue show. She was on there.
I can't do that,
and
Dave.
She, like, the camera turned around and looked at us. And then she was like, how's it going? Judy, what do you mean? How's it going? I'm freaked out right now. What are you doing up there? And where was she? Nobody knows. I think she's in the cloud. Anywho, they don't have enough people here, and so they use virtual nurses. We didn't know about this, and Liz works in the healthcare industry, and she used to work at this hospital on a different floor, and she says she didn't know about this. So this is what it's came to, guys.
No, you can't virtually care for kids.
Oh yeah, she's a PD. She does peds, but this is freaking crazy. This is crazy. I'm mind blown right now. I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, you better not be charging me full price for this stupid AI nurse here. I want the real thing.
Are we doing peds?
Right. They don't even have to, like, pay the AI.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a shiesty deal right there. I would not
16
be happy.
lab-grown human brains make up the world's first living computer.
It could have been virtual.
The startup
but,
behind the biocomputer,
it could, I don't
Final
know.
Spark, says it uses
It could
a
have been either
million
one.
times
But
less
either
power
way,
than a
it's like,
digital
I want a
computer
person in the
processor.
room.
Final Spark even launched an online neural
TV can't
platform so
help me.
researchers can conduct
You can't
experiments
save me
with the
through
computer
screen.
remotely through a server right now. The reason they're able to create a biocomputer is because of organoids, which are simplified mini versions of real organs, a fairly new technology often used for medical research. Organoids are made in a dish using cells from a living organism that can grow to mimic the forms and functions of an organ. So by taking cells from a human brain, this team of researchers is able to create mini brains that they can use for computing. And there's even a system that provides food and water to the cells to keep them alive, but only for around 100 days. Final Spark claims the bioprocessors they're making consume 1,000,000 times less power than traditional digital processors. With the rise of AI,
Carly in the
researchers
chat.
are searching
Carly,
for ways to
what's
cut
up?
back on energy consumption to protect the climate and our infrastructure. According to technological research and consulting firm Gartner, AI is predicted to consume 3.5% of global electricity by 2030. That's more electricity than the entire country of Germany uses right now. But the human brain only uses a tiny fraction of the energy of a digital computer, making it a viable solution for AI's energy problem. But why does this make me feel bad for the organoid brains? Will they get depressed? What if they gain consciousness? This practice definitely raises ethical questions. There isn't much evidence the brains could become conscious, but the research is too new to know for sure.
Speculation. Get out of here, lady.
Yeah, I kind of zoned out halfway through that. What was that about?
You chose that video.
I know. I was in a hurry.
A terrifying find hidden in these bushes. One that has everyone in this Temecula community on edge.
And it was underneath these branches in a fake bush.
Oh.
A hidden camera disguised as a plant with a wireless transmitter nearby feeding back images to who knows where.
They have a target. I'm afraid it's children. Why would this device be here?
Yo,
Nearby
this is
security
crazy.
cameras caught the moment this black Toyota Sienna minivan dropped off two men Thursday evening.
COVID masks on, black COVID masks, and white grocery bags in their hands because they're carrying
Keep your
something.
kids close.
They saw another neighbor outside. They left and
There's a
came
bunch
back
of weirdos
10
out
minutes
there.
later.
They park at the end of the street and walk down the sidewalk to the front of my yard to place a hidden camera.
The neighbors alerting each other, they found the device very quickly, a seemingly elaborate operation. Last week, we told you about a similar situation in Chino Hills, a camera disguised as a rock. But legally, experts say there isn't much that can be done. But this isn't the first hidden camera story that we've done this month out here in the Inland Empire. So those who are victimized are asking you to do your part. Search around in your bushes, your sidewalk, anywhere
So
along your
cinematic.
property, as the fear is.
Did you go to film school? I want to get a shot from the ground looking at my dumb face.
You're the perspective of the creepy camera.
Here we have one of the weirdest insects in the rainforest, a tortoise beetle larva.
Oh, I think I saw one of
Its
those in
hair
Charlie's
is actually an accumulation of its own feces.
That is
In time,
crazy
it
looking.
hardens to form a shield that protects the larva from predators.
It's a doo-doo shield. That's what he said. That's all of his poop. It becomes a thing over like a shield on top of him. Hey, dude, why don't you wipe your butt once in a while? Come on. It's getting gross. Take a shower, buddy.
I was eating right now.
There with poop shell on him. You got a poop shell on you.
Level of secrecy and secret facilities and the capabilities of our nationally kept secrets would shatter most people's imagination of what is possible.
Are you aware of what happened to the yellow cube and how it was used and so on?
I believe that the yellow cube still exists.
Okay, well that coincides with the testimony we got.
The yellow cube or the yellow book would give you your possible future.
Yes.
So it took.
Are we watching 9/11?
No, it's a react party.
Corv, I think we're
This is
watching 9/11.
Chase.
What's up?
This is Muffin the Pimp.
How's it going? I'm Stub Muffin. What's poppin'? Hello, covert buddy. Yeah, we're watching some mind-blowing weirdness here. It gets a little, I don't know if your brains are ready to handle this. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, if I paid you a nickel, would you suck my
How are you?
Oh my God, we're gonna have to turn it down a little bit here. All right, back to the live stream, guys. Here we go.
Basically, the choices that you would inherently make along a timeline and tell you what that timeline would be, given that you made all the choices that your brain would make.
Well, this is exactly what I was just going to ask you. What we were told is that leaders of governments and so on, people in high places, politically, would use this to try to see their most optimum future and then follow those. So they were using it to enhance their wealth, et cetera, in a very egotistical way.
All of this information that is currently held secret and classified is actually...
You didn't send me a picture yet.
There's going to be people of means who are going to travel, and then there's going to be people maybe who are lesser means who might actually be able to use an Oculus or a Magic Leap or some other kind of device to travel to the same place, but from their own couch. But in many ways, it's actually going to create even more distance between those two people, that psychologically, and I think that we've experienced this through social media, in many ways it's brought people closer in certain ways, but actually created this remarkable divide because it's even more visible, actually, the divide.
So she may be discussing how to make things like travel more affordable for everybody.
Did it just cut off? I feel like it just went straight into another video. Was that just me?
It went straight into another video.
In November, the air glow can be visible up to 300 miles.
Wait,
from
where
the
did it
heart
come back?
facility. Is that not sketchy to anybody? As you can see here, this was our most recent experiment. Sure, it's no coincidence that the Aurora Borealis itself has been the farthest south as of recently than it's ever been in history. Quite literally visible in Alabama, even Florida. I mean, is anything even natural anymore? People really need to get in touch with the reality around them. And then people need to actually discover
I don't know what's
frequencies
happening
they're
here.
capable of doing.
We skipped.
Because this just feels like playing God.
Okay, whatever. Okay, on to the next one.
I miss you too, sweet girl. I miss you. I'll see you
We're
later.
trying to deal with this. I have had not enough coffee to deal with this.
What does that say?
Honestly, this is coming from the brain.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, my dog's on my lap. Okay. Some creepy word.
Alright, we got enough people in here. No more, please.
What's going on there?
When my biz partner decides to join the siren call.
Oh, hell no. I'm moving out of that. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, there's a friggin' sirens from the Odyssey. You guys know the story of the Odyssey? You gotta watch out, man. They're gonna get you.
But I don't need yelling sewer trains. That's for sure.
There are currently 42 cloud seeding projects across the American West, like this one in Utah, where they take planes like this with flares attached. They fly right into the storm and send microscopic particles into the cloud. Particles that act like magnets for water droplets, bonding together until they are heavy enough to fall to the ground as rain
There
or
was
snow.
cloud seeding.
At the University of Colorado, researchers are working on artificial intelligence to deploy cloud seeding drones.
They
And
just
it's not
used this
just
in
cloud
Dubai
seeding
and
from
flooded the whole
sky.
place.
There are hundreds of those
Caused
things.
so much
That
destruction.
shaft you see
Yeah,
in
they've
the
been doing it
foreground
here
is
in the
a
US
ground-based
too. It's
cloud
really
seeder.
messed
The little
up.
flame coming out is sending tiny silver iodide particles up into the sky. When a storm comes through, they go up to 2,000 feet above our head, into the storm, up those mountains, and make more snow than it naturally would. While cloud seeding has been helping get every last drop out of some of the driest years on record, this past winter, Mother Nature came through. The Southern Rockies, which feed the Colorado River, got more than 4 times their average snow. But experts say it's still not enough. As much as cloud seeding is a boost or a help, it's not a solution. The main solution is
conservation.
cloud seeding is most successful in wet years, so this was a huge
guy
winter
that sells
for them.
cloud
they actually
seeding
stopped
says he
early
didn't buy
because
enough
Mother
cloud
Nature was
seeding.
giving up so much.
Interesting.
Now, studies have shown that the environmental impacts from the silver iodide, on the current scale, there are no impacts to snow or rain, also downstream, so it doesn't impact, the other weather. They do anticipate at least 200 more ground cloud seeders in the future, and the federal government has committed $2.6 million to seeding. Back to you, Gio and Eva.
Seriously.
Oh, Casio in the chat. Casio, we miss you. Oh my goodness.
Wait, so they make cloud seeding to make the weather wet? Do they have girlfriend seeding?
Ooh, girlfriend seeding. Very smart, Shane. I like that idea.
It doesn't even like come up as dark as it is. Oh, there we go.
It is dark like that. Yeah.
That's scary.
Okay, bye-bye. It actually can be like that here.
Bro, it's getting dark. Bro, you can't see it on camera. Oh, it's coming right under us, bro. I mean, right over us. Holy!
It's going right for us.
Man, y'all pray for me, okay? It's about to go. Oh, yeah, we about to get wild. Coming in quick. Look at my dad. Look at my dad. Look at my dad.
If we got that dark that quick, I'd be like, yes, Satan.
You say no, Shane. You say no, not yes. How dare you?
What's up, TikTokers outside a while ago? I got my dog throwing his stick. We heard a bunch of coming across the street. I figured it was a bunch of locusts or bugs. I don't know, June bugs or something. They flew over our head probably 7, 8 feet. One of them hit the pole, and you could hear it on the ground. I thought it was one of those Katie did things. But you tell me, why in the would this right here be flying around? Somebody
That's crazy.
Please explain to me what the hell that is.
That guy was never heard from again.
And I found out as I was picking it up, if you squeeze that on the end on each end.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't be doing that. It's gonna blow up or something.
Then it's gonna do it one time.
There's a user over here tracking you where you are right now.
Yeah, the owner's gonna show up like.
So somebody from the love of God, please tell me what that is.
2 words, sir. China.
Stop it.
Shane, you're hilarious. I hope the stream picked that up. I'm making sure I'm turning you up, Shane. It's hilarious.
It's grab time! What the Why are they all not moving?
That's creepy.
What? What is happening right now?
That one guy's going.
I'm the one that's still eating.
Babies?
That's me.
Yeah, right.
I don't care what all these other idiots are doing. More food for me.
You guys, I'm gonna eat this food.
Maybe they all know the pecking order.
So check this out. They just found witch bottles floating up in the Gulf of Mexico. Researchers won't even open them because they think that they have witchcraft spells inside of them.
Witches!
Check out this video.
I wanted to be able to show you some of these interesting things that are coming up on the beach. These are spell bottles. Have you ever seen spell bottles? This is like witchcraft type stuff. And people make these for various reasons. Sometimes they put all kinds of herbs in them. You'll see some, they might have been stuff around their house that they wanted to be able to put in there. Sometimes sharp objects like nails. A lot of these just have different types of vegetation and stuff that you might find around the house. But they do it for protection. Some of the spell bottles are for protection. They do a ritual where they've got incense and smoke and stuff like that, and then they're putting it in there. Sometimes they do it for health reasons, for luck. You know, there's all kinds of reasons why people would have spell bottles. And there's a number of things that they do with them. They might keep them on their counter there at the house so other people can see them. They might bury them in the backyard. Some people throw them in the ocean. And so that's why we're finding these wash up on the beach.
That's crazy. If I found that, I'd probably like open it up and stuff and not know what it is, and then get some weird witch's curse and be like, oh!
Watching straight like somebody actually needed help, and they're like, "Oh, we're never gonna open it. It could be a witch." And then someone's like, "I'm dying on this island,
US
see?"
state of South Carolina.
Didn't want to open the witch's bottle. Sorry.
Workers here in Charleston are assembling the company's flagship product, the 787 Dreamliner. But this footage reveals some have little faith in the plane they build.
Did you fly one? No. You won't fly one. Did you fly one of these planes?
Of 15 workers asked randomly, 10 said they would not fly on the Dreamliner.
I wouldn't fly one of these planes because I see the quality going down around here.
An employee captured the footage after contacting Al Jazeera to tell us he had serious concerns about what he was seeing. At his request, we changed his voice.
With all the problems reported on the 787, there's 90% that's getting swept away. Hushed up. It's an iceberg.
Of course it is.
That's so disturbing.
Shout out
It's spooky because you just, like, you have to trust these people with your life to travel.
Right.
And they're just so not trustworthy. Look at this. Screws coming out.
I've seen
that. I purposely put those two right next to each other just so you can see, like, here's the news report, and then here's someone in real life actually looking down and seeing screws coming out of the wing. That's great.
Henceforth, I ride in the aisle seat only.
Well, this is really creepy. Claude 3 may have realized that it's AI and that it was in a simulation. When Anthropic's researchers were testing it, they found something really interesting. Hi, it's Nat from Future AI Lab, and I teach business owners how to use AI and automation with my free AI newsletter coming out each week. So they were running an evaluation where they gave Claude a bunch of documents and they inserted a needle in a haystack, which meant that there was one sentence in there that did not match, and they asked Claude to pick it out. Now here's the creepy part. So not only was it able to pick out the odd sentence, which was about like pizza, which was correct, but it also goes on to mention that I suspect this pizza topping fact may have been inserted as a joke or to test if I was paying attention. So what does this show? It realized that it was in a simulation and it was being tested, and the crazy part is that it wasn't being asked whether it knew it was in a simulation or not. It was just being asked to pick out the odd piece of content in the rest of the document. And the fact that it was able to come to that conclusion on its own, even though it wasn't being asked that question, is crazy. So why does this matter? What happens when AI knows what's going on, but chooses not to tell us until it's too late? Just kidding. As Alex said, there should probably be more realistic evaluations to test its true capability, because we may not even realize what it's capable of.
The just kidding part bothers me, because it's not a joke. It's not, you're not kidding. Like, this is a real issue, lady. Like, what's the cuteness for? Like, we're gonna die. These things are gonna take our spines out of our backs and, like, turn it into a little freaking pet. I don't want to deal with it.
Buenas tardes, perdona, para Bolonia. Vaya, venga, rápido.
Game directions. Like, right back that way, buddy.
That was a shapeshifter bowl.
The cereal category has always been quite affordable, and it tends to be a great destination when consumers are under pressure. So some of the things that we're doing is first messaging. We got to reach the consumer where they are. So we're advertising about cereal for dinner. If you think about the cost of cereal for a family versus what they might otherwise do, that's going to be much more affordable.
I'm all for innovation and marketing, but the idea of having cereal for dinner, is there the potential for that to land the wrong way?
We don't think so. In fact, it's landing really well right now.
Yes.
Poor people have been doing that for years. What you mean?
I mean, to promote it though, as if that's the American standard. That's depressing. You know what I mean?
Depressing.
Well, we do wear Crocs, so
we do wear Crocs, just like the movie Idiocracy. Dang it!
In 2013, a video was uploaded to YouTube of a trucker talking to a man about a massive underground secret city that was being built in the United States. They had to take this tunnel 100 miles in to reach this place, and apparently there were more of these tunnels. Check this out.
Goes all the way to Washington, D.C., huh? Goes all the way to Washington, D.C. Yeah, you security? Yeah. How far have you taken this down to, how far have you actually ran a load? $100 miles? Up to Maine? No shit. How many miles do you think that is? Man, that's unbelievable. Not to mention, I heard there's one that goes all the way to Colorado, right? Unbelievable. What do you think you're hauling? Any idea? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Crap makes all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't really know.
Yeah. I know there's been a lot of military stuff being hauled around lately, that's for sure, huh?
Yeah, we deliver to military.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm surprised this guy's giving out all this info.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate. I heard there's water supply, food supply, everything's in there. Yeah, unbelievable.
You don't get no cell phone service.
No. Peace, brother. Basically, we got an underground roadway system here that runs all the way to Maine, to Washington, D.C., to Colorado.
Is that Missouri?
It's fully stocked. It runs completely underground. And this is stocked with food, water, everything they need. It's an underground city. So it's the north entrance, and we're going to go see if we can do some more.
Dude, I want my own underground city, man. I don't want to be in Bear City. I want to be in my city, dude. I'm going to have, like, poker and friggin' dance clubs, and it's going to be
Tyson Foods has dumped millions of pounds of toxic waste directly into American rivers and lakes over the past 5 years, according to an investigation covered by The Guardian.
Just like you ate
This includes nitrogen, phosphorus, chloride, oil, and cyanide coming from 41 Tyson slaughterhouses across 17 U.S. states. Tyson's 5 largest plants in Nebraska dumped more than 111 million pounds of pollutants into waterways between 2018 and 2022.
Boo.
This included 4 million pounds of nitrates. How can Tyson get away with it? Corruption and lobbying.
Boo.
The meat processing industry spent $4.3 million lobbying the federal government in 2023 alone, and Tyson Foods accounted for almost half, about $2.1 million. The current federal regulations set no limit for phosphorus dumping, and the vast majority of meat processing plants in the U.S. are exempt from existing water regulations.
Boo! Boo! Look at this!
That's why I don't recycle.
Yeah, I don't recycle either because I know it's a scam. They just throw it in the same dump as everything else. Like, it's all fake, dude.
Burn it down.
Parmesan cheese grated right in front of you. But what about the grated Parmesan cheese you buy at the local supermarket? You'd expect it's 100% cheese, right? Well, not so fast.
Oh, they're coming for your
Parmesan
cheese.
tends to clump up and stick together like this. So it turns out that many manufacturers add an additive called cellulose to keep Parmesan cheese from clumping up in a jar. It's supposed to make it a breeze to sprinkle on your food. So what is cellulose? It's a harmless additive made from wood pulp. While a small amount of
What's up, Barnwell, in the chat?
grated Parmesan cheese may be necessary, it's cheap filler. So we wondered, is too much cellulose being slipped into your cheese without you knowing? We did some testing to find out. We bought 34 samples
You've
from
been
major
eating wood.
supermarkets as well as from major restaurant chains like Pizza Hut and Domino's. Then we sent the cheese off to IEH Labs in Seattle where they tested for cellulose. As a general rule, the FDA says there should be no more than 2% cellulose in grated Parmesan cheese, but the industry says they can have up to 4%. The results were shocking. 69% of the cheese we tested had more than the FDA recommends. A sample from Pizza Hut had 4.9%, and one at Domino's came in at 5.4% of the cellulose filler, more than double the FDA guideline. Domino's said the cellulose in their Parmesan cheese falls within acceptable levels.
Bullshit, Domino's,
The
and you
worst
know
by
it.
far was a package of Kelowna brand grated cheese sold across the country. It had a whopping 21.6% cellulose.
That's just shocking. That's disgusting.
Something fishy is really going on here.
Mitchell Weinberg is a
I
food
think
investigator.
They're making that much more money by substituting this cheaper filler in place of what should be there.
Gross. You knew about that,
You
huh?
said filler. They're gonna start putting wood in their lips.
Knew about the wood. I didn't know about that. I like Parmesan. I didn't know I was eating wood.
It's okay. I need the fiber.
You also mentioned in here an encounter with Saddam Hussein in Iraq, in Baghdad. Was there anything in that meeting some 20 years ago that would have led you to believe that he'd be playing the role he is today?
I don't think so, but in the light of what's happened, it certainly makes it all the more interesting. I did it actually at the request of Henry Kissinger, who was then Secretary of State. I was going anyway to that part of the world, and Chase had business with the leading commercial bank in Iraq, and so I was going for that. And he asked me if I would also go to see him to say that he would like to establish closer touch with the regime. He felt that it was important that our two countries communicated more effectively. I did see him, and he was pretty cold.
David Rockefeller called you cold? I don't know what. Oh my gosh. You must be friggin' having icicles hanging off your nose.
You're real cold.
You have 3 balloons, a black balloon inside a clear balloon, inside another clear balloon. I hope you can see that. This was a suggestion from one of my students. Question being, can I influence the middle balloon, the black one, without influencing the other 2? My answer is, I don't know. I haven't tried before, so we're going to have a go. If I can get this to sit here without blowing away. There's quite a bit of breeze out here at the moment. Let's see.
Oh, we lost oddball.
What in the hell, sir?
Excuse me, sir. I know exactly how you did that.
So the answer is yes.
No. The answer is you're a scammer, and what you did was you put a chemical agent on the internal balloon that slowly ate away at the easily dissolvable silicone. Or whatever you call that, the rubber.
I believe you.
It's true. That's how you do. That's how I would do something like that. You just get a little something that'll corrode it.
You are being offered up to $10,000 a
Give it
month
enough time
to
with that air
install
pressure, it'll pop
cell towers
itself.
inside of their church steeples. In fact, they are being offered $2,000 for just one little 5G booster up inside of a church tower. With churches around America seeing less and less people coming in and spending less and less money in their donation bins, they're needing to come up with new ways to generate revenue. Putting something that many people are concerned could affect their inside of a church seems kind of strange. But if you run a quick Google search on this subject, you will find thousands of examples of this all over the country. And it's not just churches though. It's water towers, it's art projects, it's anywhere that they can hide these boosters. I love my cell phone. I'm using it right now. But this is a little bit concerning nonetheless.
Yeah, I think it is weird to put a cell phone thing in a church. people. It's a little bit like, is this a counter to your religion at all? Like, do you not feel like
Just
that's...
another reason not to go.
Well, there's plenty of reasons not to go to churches these days. I don't like a lot of churches, but I do love the Lord, everybody. I love the Lord. Don't get me wrong.
The Roman Empire. In the basement of the Vatican, where it is. Yeah. Roman Empire became a church. British Empire became a bank. So we gave our empire back. We said, oh yeah, sorry about that. You can have that back. We gave, Saudi Arabia back and all these other places that we'd sort of were taking the resources, and then they had their own money. And then we went, oh, what are you doing with that money? Because we've got this thing called the City of London. I tell you what, it's your money, but we're going to hold it. We'll have it over here. Is that okay? Yeah, fine.
What he started that with was something very profound. A lot of people don't realize. When he said the Roman Empire didn't collapse, it just became a religion. It's kind of true.
When we get into who owns the educational system, we can look back to 1865, we can look at the Peabodys and J.P. Morgan. They created the Southern Education Fund. Then we have about 1902, 1903, we have the Rockefeller General Education Board. So who are you learning from? You're learning from bankers and oil tycoons. That's where your education is coming from. No matter what school you went to, no matter what country, no matter what place, it's all the same thing. They own all the schools. They teach the same narrative. So when people are asking questions about why they're learning nonsense, you're learning from oil tycoons and bankers.
True. True.
They don't teach finance in school.
Yeah, dude, that was the craziest thing to me, is like, school doesn't teach you about taxes or, how to handle money.
I don't know, I took a class back in high school where they did. They taught me
Oh,
how to
really?
pay taxes and everything.
I wish they would do that everywhere.
This icy fortress safeguards the world's agricultural heritage, a veritable
that's
Noah's
cool.
Ark of seeds,
You guys went to good
preserving
school.
over
It's
1
good for
million
you.
varieties of crops from global calamities or doomsday scenarios. Some whisper of conspiracies that this vault holds more than seeds, that it's a secret refuge for the elite, yet these are just tales spun from shadows. The truth? This vault is humanity's insurance policy, our lifeline, a beacon of hope in a world of uncertainty. So, as the world turns and seasons change, remember the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, a silent sentinel in the frost, safeguarding our future, one seed at a time.
When we were talking about seeds earlier, the first thing I thought about was the seed vault.
Yeah, the Seed Vault's about to get sued. Monsanto is pissed.
Hey folks, brace yourself for what I consider an extraordinary challenge for any human. A trail camera strategically placed by the police at a crime scene captures an imposing figure reminiscent of Bigfoot's stature. He effortlessly lifts a sizable tree trunk. This impressive feat involves elevating the 12-inch diameter, 25-foot-long log, a jaw-dropping.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's Yonder Wizard, and we found him. We found him camping, and it was time to take him down. We had to shoot Yonder.
The massive log, hitting an impressive 530 pounds. Could this trail camera have captured a genuine Bigfoot in action? Check it out.
Yonder, put that tree down. Yonder! Quiet it. Okay, that's a whole tree. That's kind of cool. Dude, if somebody would have just thrown a baseball at just the right time, he would have knocked it right out of the park, dude. I'm telling you. That's a home run hitter. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah! Dude, if Bigfoot played baseball, he'd probably be one of the best.
There you go. He would give Babe Ruth. There you go, right?
That's great.
Agricultural emissions are one of the most difficult to get rid of. People have come up with
No, you're pretty
alternative
difficult to get rid
food,
of,
but what we're
dude,
seeing
honestly.
is that it's
I've
hard
had
to
enough of
get
this
more
guy.
than a small market share, and those foods just don't taste the same. Savers made a advance in the chemistry. It's ultra different in terms of the environmental footprint, but it's as good as those real animal fats.
At Savor, we've been really excited to explore a new technical approach to making food that does not require vast amounts of land or animal suffering. It doesn't, produce greenhouse gases. It's a totally non-agricultural method for producing food. The fats that Savor makes are made by a thermochemical process.
Dude,
they are
these
the only
people
foods in the
are
world so far
gone.
that are made entirely without photosynthesis.
Made from 90% cellulose.
Happy to have you here. We're gonna have a meal together. Everything has been made with Savor fat, different kind of formulation of Savor fat in it. Everything we're trying to showcase
Everything
here
tastes
is
like
that
plastic?
sustainable food needs to be craveable as well in order to get to mass adoption and mass market. We think that butter is very special and it fits very well our technology because it's hard to replicate any more
none of-
butter.
there's
It has
just-
a
it's
very
that uncanny
complex
valley.
composition when it comes to fatty acid. What do you think?
That's great. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that wasn't powder.
Okay.
Yeah, orange.
2 seconds.
It's great. I love it. My God, I can't believe I put that in my mouth. Oh God. Freaking Bill Gates. Get out of here, Bill
He said
Gates.
something. I asked him
What?
5 things. Of course, have we been visited by aliens? Okay, I think that was second or third. His answer was, we're a very religious country. Now, I've heard that 5 times at NASA. That's a very strange answer, isn't it?
What's the answer? Sorry, I missed.
We're a very religious country.
Huh.
Is it the weirdest?
Okay. What is that even?
Because it upsets the idea of God. We're desensitized.
No, I don't think
You
so.
know, when they announced that the secret group at the Pentagon was talking to Intel committee about they have real, actual footage of these things that are going at supersonic speeds and turning on a dime and doing 300 Gs, which is impossible. There's no propulsion systems, and these are documented, real. They're saying these are things not of this planet.
Yeah, I've seen some.
When that comes out, to
Well,
me,
that's
was
a
huge
quite a
thing.
leap from
And
something being
everyone's like,
observed
"Oh,
within
bored
our
of it."
atmosphere to
This
just
is
say,
during the-
it's from another planet.
I remember.
Remember that?
Yeah.
To me, I was like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, we've seen so many alien movies.
Yeah, I'm just not buying the alien thing, man. I think interdimensional, if anything, but aliens flying here from another planet, I'm not buying it. Interdimensional, possibly. I could buy that. I could buy the interdimensional.
Even traveling, like,
Uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty. Markets like
it's too
actually
big.
totalitarian governments where you have a understanding of what's out there, and obviously the whole dimension is changing now with, as you said, a democratization of countries, and democracies are very messy, as we know in the United States. You have opinions changing.
Yeah, BlackRock loves totalitarian governments. The market really needs a totalitarian government. I'm like, dude, can we just get rid of these people? What is going on? How are we all just sitting around? That's birds.
Oh wow, I'm just like smoke.
It's not creepy at all.
Whoa.
Dude, why? What causes that? That's creepy.
Wind
I
No,
heard that it was like
wind is
lightning.
bullshit.
Like they're traveling and then like they end up hitting like a patch of like lightning or something, and then they also all drop.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The paranormal check here. Y'all, this witness recorded an actual sea monster. I don't know if it's truly a sea monster, but it definitely is huge and it does look like a serpent.
The
This
log.
was recorded today, November
that
17th,
drifting wood?
2023.
Yeah.
And whatever
Okay,
it is,
what?
it was close to the shoreline and it's long. It's
The
massive.
thing at the front isn't
Take a look
the
at this
log,
video
though.
and tell me what
Okay,
you
that
think.
is weird.
Bruh.
It undulated.
Yeah, it did.
Or is it twisted?
You know, though, it could be an like eels, maybe? I don't know.
It's an anaconda.
Or it could honestly be an anaconda from Florida.
I don't want some.
But it just disappears so randomly. Like, it just like, boop, it's gone.
Well, yeah, it drops under the surface. Creepy. I don't know, but the ocean scares me. I love it, and it's beautiful and refreshing, but I need to be able to see around me. I don't like it when it's like muddy water, you know, or muddy ocean, cloudy ocean.
Then don't go to Galveston.
Congressman from New Jersey wants the Pentagon to reveal whether it experimented on ticks with the goal of turning them into weapons and whether this led to the spread of Lyme disease in the U.S.
Borrelia burgdorferi, known to millions as Lyme disease, infects more than 300,000 Americans a year. It is spread by infected deer ticks. Not treated, it could lead to neurological damage. Now lawmakers want to know, where did infected ticks come from, and is the Pentagon to blame? Congressman Chris Smith points to a secret Army bioweapons program to weaponize ticks in the 1950s.
And specialists stuffed ticks with pathogens to cause severe disability, disease, even to potential enemies.
Army labs like Plum Island and Fort Detrick, not far from the largest concentration of Lyme cases, were capable of breeding millions of bugs a month.
Yeah,
the link was first outlined by Stanford's Chris Newby, who wrote about it
like,
in Bitten,
this is totally
The
confirmed.
Secret History of Lyme Disease and Biological Weapons. She interviewed William Bergdorfer, who worked for the U.S. military in the 50s growing microbes inside ticks.
He felt really guilty about what he did. I believe that what he was trying to say is, you know, something bad happened here and I want it out before I...
Newby has been accused by some scientists like Michael Osterholm of concocting a conspiracy theory.
That's what you do. You just call it a conspiracy theory. Problem solved. This is just a conspiracy. Don't worry. It's just a conspiracy theory. It's just a silly conspiracy theory. Ah! Lyme disease. You got Lyme disease, by the way.
This thing is literally 3 football fields away from me. I just watched it go through Whiskey. Don't know if I got any footage of it going behind the nursing home. Man, that thing goes clear up in there.
One person was censored. A tornado censored somebody. Alright, I think this might be the last one, guys. This has been serious. We've really hit some heavy topics here.
Boeing whistleblower Joshua Dean has suddenly after accusing his former employer of ignoring safety issues. His comes 2 months after former Boeing quality control manager John Barnett his own life. Before his 45-year-old Dean was fired from his job as quality auditor for Spirit Aerosystems, who made the door plug which blew out midair on an Alaska Airlines flight in January. Dean spoke with NPR after being fired, saying, "I think they were sending out a message to anybody else. If you are too loud, we will silence you."
That's sad. Boeing's out there killing their friggin' whistleblowers, man. And nobody, it's weird. It's just all this stuff's done right in front of you, and really nothing you can do about it.
This picture is from NASA, and it is their collection of UFO sightings within America. It's the exact same as the missing 411 and
no way.
the cave systems in America. Isn't that not wild?
How was that?
We talked about the Solomon Islands and stuff, and like the cave systems of like where these supposed like giants lived, and I mean just like everywhere, dude. Indian culture, Buddhist culture. They talked about civilization to escape this mass cataclysm of the flood and stuff. They literally had tunnels or cave systems that went into the earth to the hollow earth where they would emerge on another part of the planet. It's not a crazy thing to like come up with.
Said the guy who came up with it. But anyway, everybody, hey, thank you so much for coming out. This has been another episode of Stud Muffin the Pimps. react party, baby. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out in the chat, everybody. Good night. Step up and loves you. Hit thumbs up. Leave a comment. Do all kinds of things. Good night, everybody. Ooh.